Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Sarah. I upload every week. But if you're new, I should tell you this. If you're not, you probably already know this, and I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But one of my goals this year was to kind of organize, tackle, update, whatever, a different room in the house every month. And so we don't know if we're staying in this house yet, and because of that, I don't want to tackle anything big that would wind up just being like a waste of time, money, and effort. So I'm tackling smaller spaces until we know, and doing it in ways that can like easily transfer, right? Just for like a solid ROI. So this month I picked the pantry, which is gravely overdue for some reorganization and some structure, but it is a challenge. So yeah, but it's Monday, so I want to get this done this week, so it's done and it's just off my to-do list, and I feel really good about accomplishing another goal for the year and the month. But yeah, so let's get going. So this is the before. The top. If y'all remember it, it's the bottom. Oh man. And then there is a pile of crap I need to deal with that is like related to this. Like coffee, protein, these are all the baskets I've already bought. You get my drift. But that's what we're starting with. Okay, so this is it before I've wiped it down, but I can't reach that salt, but it also highlights a real problem that I wanted to mention, because I know I'm not the only person. I'm about 5'4½", so much of kind of how the problems lie in A, small children, B, we're busy, and C, I literally just can't see everything. So one of the big initiatives that I wanted to take with this is to structure it in a way that I actually can see stuff and it doesn't get buried, because that is a real problem. And just like literally in terms of cans or boxes or anything like that, I need to tackle that. So two things. One is I need to go through all of this, and I need to make sure I pitch anything that's out of date, which really pisses me off in general. But B, like I absolutely hate wasting food. And then the other thing I need to do is go through and see what can I put into a different container that'll be more noticeable, so I don't either buy extras or like basically minimize it going to waste and getting it viewed more, right? So like I gotta do all that. So yeah. Okay, so I went through everything, and the trash bags are the food that's got to go. These are things that Jeremy had like forever ago. I personally really don't like them for two reasons. One is I find them to be incredibly bulky for what they are, to the point where like I don't actually see much because of just how they are. And two, they collapse on themselves really easily. So like what I was noticing was I had shredded coconut in one, and I hadn't seen it because this had gone down. And then, you know what I mean? Or like pasta, that kind of stuff. So it's definitely something that I'm sure works for certain things, but it just doesn't work for what I need it to work for. So those are going to get donated or something. This is what I've got that's got to go back into the pantry. And then there's a few other things that I want to put back in there. One is I want to get my my protein shakes in there. I want to get our coffee in there, and I want to get sparkling water. Like anything that comes in like bulk, I want to be able to fit that in there somehow. So I don't know. I got to play around and kind of see how to make this work now. This mess, believe it or not, these baskets I just got to go into the pantry. So I'm going to go ahead and play with those first and get like a rough outline of how I want the pantry to flow, and then kind of go from there. You know what I mean? Just, I've already bought those, so I want to get those in a way that makes sense. And then I can kind of see, okay, what else do I need to get? And then I can also kind of go, okay, what kind of containers should I be pouring? Like the rice, I want to put container, I want to put into a container. His pineapple, I want to put in things that get touched a lot, things that have high turnover, or things that tend to get neglected. Those things I definitely want to remedy. You know what I mean? Just so things that get grabbed a lot in our house tend to get moved. And then what ends up happening is that they get moved, they get put in front of something, and then it hides something else, and then it starts this kind of cycle, right? So I'm trying to keep that at bay as best I can. Okay, so big update. Two things I really wanted to get accomplished, I prioritized first. So in an effort to like, if you're new here, I've got major back problems, so I really try to do all this tiny stuff to kind of help. So in an effort to keep me upright in the morning, because I'm a little tender in the morning sometimes, anything for coffee I put at this level, because I make coffee first thing, and I make coffee for both Jeremy and I. So this is our espresso, and then this is my protein for coffee. This is what used to be like the snack shelf, and it's going to stay the snack shelf, but I went ahead and I put these in, and I want to kind of put some sort of like stacking situation. I don't know, I'm still like, this is still super flexible, but I like the grab and go kind of component to it, right? And I want to have something to where the little individual stuff or the containers or whatever can fit there. So this is still open, but that's what we got. That's gonna be the snack shelf. This is the coffee shelf. This is other stuff, I don't know, but like this is where we're at right now. Oh, and then this big basket, I put sparkling water, some protein overflow, and then this is Adelaide's food that we put in a special container for her. Okay, so this is what we're looking like right now. This is so not done. I just wanted to kind of throw things in and see how it like looked. I'm for sure going to put these in containers, the cereal and the sugar cones. Those are definitely going to go into a container of some sort. His pineapple slices, this whole shelf I'm not married to at all. So these are like chopped pecans, pumpkin seeds, things for like baking or salads or whatever you don't wind up using a lot of. I am not married to this at all. I actually might wind up getting another one of these baskets and putting it up here just for that grab and go concept. The other thing I was thinking about was these juices. I want to move those. I just need to figure out to where. So I want to keep this because this is really handy for all the nut butters and everything, all the jams, the maple syrups, all that just go on here. It's super, super easy. But I also want to put my canned goods somewhere. So I was going to get like a stacked, like a tiered, whatever they're called, like the tiered rack or something. I'm going to get one of those and I was going to put all my canned goods on that, but I don't quite know. I think what's going to wind up happening is this is going to get moved. That's actually a good idea. I should move that down here. This is like my like health, like protein and hydration and all that kind of stuff. Oats, tuna, sardines for the garden, MCT oil, and then all the pastas are there. I like that find. That's totally fine. This needs to get, like, these two really need attention. So this one and this one. And then anything up there goes up there because I either don't reach for it often or I just don't use it. So it's like a Jeremy thing because it's a little tall for me. Like, that's most of the table. You know, I've got some stock I need to put somewhere. I've got, these are my canned goods I need to deal with. Adelaide's bones. You know what? I can do those. The rice I need to put something. I think these like flours and sugars I'm going to put in the baking cabinet and just tackle the baking cabinet in a different week.
Hey, put the place up. Put my face up. Why you doing all that? Thought you was my wife, but you slapped me in the back.
Okay, y'all, so I wanted to show you kind of the final how it's going, like the final reveal, but I also wanted to make sure that I showed it to you in like a realistic fashion. So this is, I haven't touched it yet this morning. This is exactly what Wednesday after breakfast, 2 kids virtual schooling, haven't touched it. Like, it's just, this is it. You know what I mean? This is real life. So I had ordered one thing from Amazon that did not go well. So it was going to be my, like, basically storage for this stuff. But it was a little too big for this. It's kind of like the numbers were wrong on the website basically, because there was no way it would have been. Whatever. So I wound up just putting, we don't have like an obscene amount of canned goods. So I just said, screw it. And I put my cooking oil and baking oil, some boxed like cornbreads and stuff that I have on hand for emergencies, vegetable, like this kind of stuff, right? Like, you're kind of like prepping of sort stuff. I have that up here, but I have it right at the tip, so I can, if I stand on my tippy toes, I can reach it. Down one, I've got this is Jeremy and I's like snack bin, so he really loves pineapple slices, our protein bars, and a couple other random things in there. And then this is like a nut butter and jam and whatever, maple syrups, all that stuff. So it's just a lazy Susan with that on it. This is, for us specifically, this is a great idea. And then over here, I wound up just making this kind of the stuff that was supposed to go with that other stuff. This is like jarred salsa. I usually make, like 95% of the time, I make my own tomato sauce, but this was This is like what everybody likes, so I always have at least one thing on hand. And then I have our back stock of juices. We always have back stock of juices because between Jeremy and the girls, we always need more. This row here is basically first thing in the morning. Adelaide's Bones, my protein for coffee, and then all of our coffees. I get them in 6-packs. So if you want to know why we have so much, we have, yeah, it's very necessary. Okay, and then this is kind of like the kid of sorts. This is more like a grown-up, you know, like they don't really go up here. This is really where they hang. So this is the youngest side. She has her little snacks. What I did was I kind of has like a 6-pack of these things. And I wound up just divvying up their snacks. So it seems kind of excessive, but it actually works great. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, okay. But like, no, straight up. They, for the life of them, don't know how to do a chip clip. So like, this actually, because their shit was going bad, right? It was like getting stale. So this is great because it's airtight, but then like each kid gets some. And then you just kind of know where they're landed. It's awesome. Neutral kid stuff, overflow, whatever goes in the middle here. And then I just haven't decided what to do with this one yet. So in the spirit of authenticity, it's just hanging. Down one, we have kind of like the health thing. So like hydration powder, greens, MCT oil, protein, you get my drift, oats and rice, tuna, and the sardines are for my garden. And then this is just all kinds of pasta, grains, whatever. And then this is the overflow basket that I had shown you before. This is picked over, right? So this is just, I didn't like dress this up for this reveal, but it actually works and it's a lot better. Like, it's been a lot better. Something that I really stress, and this, I said this, especially with the laundry room too, if you're short, these baskets keep things in line. So what they wind up doing is even if you bang it or he knocks someone over, that's the worst it'll look. You know, it doesn't, if you don't put it in a basket, you get this like domino snowball effect, right? And it's just a mess. So it's like an expense, but it winds up making everything look so much nicer. And even when it's kind of chaotic like that, it doesn't look chaotic, you know? It's great. And it's just, like, I could take the door off this thing and I'd be okay with it. You know, like, it's okay. And this was such a pain in my ass because no matter what I was doing, it just couldn't figure it out. Now, in fairness, I did take some stuff out. Like, I had some like baking overflow that I had shoved in here, stuff like that. I'll tackle my baking cabinet maybe next month because that needs some help. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to show you kind of where I landed, what has worked. This has worked. So this is what we're looking like right now, and with any luck, it'll stay like this. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all very soon.